Hi, I'm Sophie and I am raising anarchists. I call myself the anarchist mum or mom. I send my children to a school called Summerhill, and I made this promise to myself when I was 6 years old. The promise wasn't necessarily sending them to Summerhill. The promise was never to send my children to school. Now, I didn't know what that meant at 6 years old. And any adult that I would say to, I'm not sending my kids to school when I have children, would laugh at me, obviously. So I would learn to distrust myself. I questioned why we had to wear the same uniform as everyone else. I wanted to wear my own clothes. I wanted to figure out who I was. I questioned why we had to go in 5 days a week and sit and learn for 5 days intensively for 2 days return, which actually wasn't a return because as you get older you end up having to work over those days off to rest and process. And the environment for me was about ensuring that I pleased others, which nurtured a addiction to people pleasing, and I lost who I was in that process. It's actually since having children and sending them to Summerhill that I have come back to reconnecting with that 6-year-old self and being able to give her language, me obviously, for what it was that she was experiencing at that time. But it was very important for me to be able to gift my children space to grow freely and figure out who they were by wearing what they wanted to wear, by making choices that they felt were right for them, by being part of a community, by being heard, by being equal. I didn't feel any of that when I was going through the education system. I felt I had to conform, didn't feel part of a community. And for me, this created trauma and issues when I went into the workplace, of which I don't function in a workplace, which is fine by me because I've created my own business. So actually, although I have resistance to what I experienced in the education system, I have found and carved my own way. However, what I'm saying is that if we could look at reforming the way we educate and nurture and trust our children to grow, wouldn't it be great if they could be left to find their way and us just be guides in it, rather than them suddenly getting to 40, 50, 60, perhaps even younger if they're lucky, and suddenly go, whoa, what have I been doing? What is this conditioning? Who am I? The world would be a much brighter, more creative place. Less suits. So yes, please tune in and follow my journey. I'm going to be exploring and delving and questioning things that I've experienced and that I've come across and conversations I've had, and I welcome you to join me too. I am not saying what I share is right. I'm not professing to be a guru or somebody that knows best. I'm an anarchist. I'm about working with people collaboratively. I welcome challenges. I welcome your questions, and I would like to explore that with you. See you soon.